I like my loofah la.
Loofah.
I like my loofah la.
Loofah.
I like my loofah la.
Loofah.
La loofah fa. Welcome to Floating Leaves Tea Podcast, where you can get all your loofahs that you want.
If you want the edible kinds, please go to Chinese grocery store.
And if you want the teapot holding kind, you just come to Floating Leaves Tea. FloatingLeavesTea.us, FloatingLeavesTea.com. .ucom. We all have loofahs.
But that's not what you're gonna put it on?
Cheap, recyclable, efficient, green.
Okay.
High quality safety rating for your teapot.
Okay, would you please stop?
Also, I'm Noah, and this is my lovely guest.
Shiuwen.
Today we're going to be drinking everyone's favorite tea.
Whoa.
Well, people that don't know about oolong's favorite tea. Pour.
Oh my god. People might know oolong and then their favorite tea is still poor, and that's fine.
Unlikely, but sure.
I mean, I think pretty much all the high-ranking tea people in Taiwan, their favorite tea is poor. Hey, sorry.
So we're going to be drinking pour today.
Okay, let's start.
I'm started. I've begun. I'm ready.
Hey, don't put that singing on there.
Okay, I won't.
Don't put that singing on there.
I won't. Wink.
Are you winking at a listener?
Yeah.
Don't put the singing out there.
Okay, yeah, sure. So today we're going to be drinking aged 1998 show pour. And Shiuwen said, "What do you want to drink today?" And I said, "I want to drink that pour." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "I just really want to drink it." So
that's a very good reason.
It's a very good reason. That's what we're drinking.
Yeah. And I think you, in a way, maybe subconsciously, you chose the tea really well.
It was subconscious.
Huh?
It was subconscious, but yes.
Yeah. And then consciously too. Because I remember Mr. Zhang say this kind of pour, when you roast tea and then like when you feel so exhausted, and
he said when you feel so tired that you feel like you can't keep going,
yeah,
and you drink a tea like this,
yeah,
then you feel like you have the energy to keep moving on.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Yeah. So I have been feeling really tired lately, not tired, weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gave a liter of blood to the blood bank. That's why.
And that's the first time in my life that I could give so much blood.
The problem is you didn't have a stir-fried pork liver and a arliang of Huangzhou. That's what I learned from my book, that you have to eat stir-fried pork liver and Huangzhou.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so first time when I attempt to donate blood, they say I couldn't do it because I don't have enough for myself. Second time, I tried to give 500 cc's of blood while I was in Taiwan with my cousin, and her blood just come out like so quickly, and she quickly filled the bag of 500 cc bag, and I was trying very hard. And then finally the nurse said, "Miss, I think we'll just take 200 out of you today." So anyway, 3 days ago when I could give, I think he said a liter. I hope I didn't hear it wrong. He said there's a unit that they can use. And I was very shocked and very proud that I could give so much. And I was not sure if that's because I gave so much blood. I have been feeling a little bit weak, including 2 days ago during a tea session, I fell asleep. And today I'm feeling still a little bit weak. And to have this tea here, I am very looking forward to give me some nourishment.
Sounds good.
Okay. 1998 pour. Do you know where it comes from?
It comes from Yunnan.
Excellent answer. I think that's what the teacher would say. Yeah. True.
It just comes wrapped in a white
Paper. Yeah.
inside of a bamboo thingy.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. One of those bamboo tubes with a bunch of... It's a 100-gram tocha.
Do you have the bamboo thingy?
Yeah.
You do?
I
don't think so.
Maybe I don't, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it's wrapped in paper.
I want the bamboo thingy.
Yeah, maybe I have it wrapped in paper at home.
Let's buy another tube.
Okay. No problem.
So I can own the bamboo thingy.
Yeah, I love this tea. I would happily buy another tube. I bought 2 tubes and I thought that was already pretty nice, but I'll be happy to buy 2 more tubes.
Currently, the tea is not on the website, and we're not sure if you ever get on our website.
It's not going to be on the website.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely not going to be on the website.
It's not going to be on our website.
But if people are interested, we will... That's why I bought enough that we could share if people want some. And if they don't want some, I'm happy to drink it.
It's a very impolite guest to reach into my pot and then break up some poor pieces. Please do not do that in anybody's shop. But am I right or am I right?
Impolite? Yeah, it's very impolite.
No, I just reach into the pot and pick up some poor pieces and then start breaking it up and put it back into the pot again.
Yeah, it's very impolite to do that in someone else's shop. But if it's your own shop, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm the one who is brewing the tea, man. God damn it. The surface notes smell very comforting and comfortable.
Yeah, the broth is very comforting and comfortable as well.
Oh, okay. With a huge touch of garlic note.
That's from your own fingers, I think.
I was chopping garlic this morning.
Never been to Hong Kong, but I imagine this is what Hong Kong is like.
Comforting and garlic tea.
just this tea. It's so rich going down the throat. It's like drinking chocolate, hot chocolate.
Very good. So poor. Yeah. In the mouth, it's very rich and yet not that heavy. You know, some cooked pork feels like clingy. Like the broth clean inside of the mouth. And that is a very unclean feeling.
Yeah.
And even though it can be such a thick drink, actually physically a lot of times it doesn't have a lot of feelings in the body. Besides then, because of the thickness, then it has a lot of it have some comforting feeling in the mouth, because just like maybe like our wintertime stew, that kind of food, you know, the richness just feels really wonderful. But this one, after I swallow it, and I don't have that feeling of the liquid clean.
Yeah, it doesn't cling. I think that's a great word to use.
In my mouth.
I think of it kind of as being cloying.
Oh,
cloying, like when something is so sweet. They say it's cloyingly sweet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So in some cases, cooked pork can be like that. It can be cloying.
Yeah.
Or clinging is a good. It's like the broth clings to the side of your mouth.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel clean when it goes down, because it's like the after effect is kind of it's still kind of like gummy in there, not very clean. Goes through.
Yeah. And the throat sensation is really nice.
Yeah.
There's actually a huge feeling on the throat, and the way it enters the body, spread out through the body, is all feeling really comfortable, rather than like super, hey, I'm a very strong tea, I'm gonna knock you out.
It's more like, hey, I'm a really big tea, I'm gonna sit on you.
That's our impersonation. Is that called impersonation? Impersonation of a poor. Some poor.
But yeah, the throat is like, seriously, it's like drinking when you come in from the really cold weather. Here it doesn't snow that much, but it gets really windy and chilly and humid at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you come in, you're really cold, and then you have like a really thick hot chocolate
Yeah.
in the throat. That's the feeling.
Yeah. With a good soap pour or like a good aged shampoo. Every time when I drink these kind of wonderful teas, I always imagine that I am sitting by a fire at home in the living room and with a book in my hand, with a cup of tea on the table. And I don't know why this image always show up, and it always remind me that that's one of the, the best moments in life. It's like this happened with pour, and because it's different. Like if I have a beautiful high mountain tea, I always imagine a bright day, a beautiful bright day, sitting in a garden I never have. By the way, I don't have a fireplace either. I use a lot of my imaginations with my teas. And then the same thing, with a good cup of a really beautiful high mountain oolong and sitting in a beautiful garden, and it's bright outside, not too hot yet, and a nice breeze, and you just listen to the sounds of birds, and then, look at the beautiful flowers and just sit there and relax. Another wonderful moments of life. Brought to you by Shiuwen's imagination.
Here we go.
Seriously, so garlicky. I already washed my hand twice.
Oh, that hot chocolate throat.
Hot chocolate throat. I rarely drink hot chocolate. I should drink some hot chocolate to feel the hot chocolate throat.
Oh.
So smooth. Wow.
Dang.
Nice.
Clean, smooth, rich. Yeah. I was reading a book about pour, and the guy was talking about how you appreciate pour. He said, when you get the cup of pour from your friend, you can smell the pour. After you smell the pour, you can tell your friend how the pour smells.
Oh, nice.
This one smells refreshing and rich. Thank you, friend.
You are welcome, Boomer.
Oh, dang. Yeah. This is the right tea today.
I don't know if because I was thinking about what teachers say about this tea, and then it impact my mind, but I do feel more energy right now than before. Like there's a little bit more strength in me. And I mean, people can argue, it's also like I just drank some caffeine. But seriously, the other day when I fell asleep on the tea table, we had a strong
oolong tea.
And then Noah brewed another strong oolong tea. And during the middle of it, I started to fall asleep.
That's what oolong will do to you. It's the best tea. It'll help you relax. It'll help you sleep. Oolong tea.
And I believe those two teas are the same tea.
Yeah, they were the same tea, but
right?
one was
roasted, yeah.
Many, many times. One was roasted one time.
Yeah. And I just like I was like trying not to fall asleep. So I was like halfway, kind of like, this infusion is very good. And then the third infusion, too strong.
Now that you say that about oolong tea, I want to drink more oolong tea.
Shut up. Pour is very excellent.
You're right. I like what you said. It's no oolong, but it's pretty good pour tea.
The thing is, I think, I did oolong tea for such a long time. Since I started floating leaf tea, people kind of look at floating leaf tea as we specialize in Taiwanese oolong, and we do carry other teas, a little bit pour, some green tea, some black tea, etc. But people still like, floating leaf tea, it's oolong people. And of course, sometimes I was very passionate, or many times I was very passionate to show how much I am proud and I love Taiwanese oolong. And I always have that punchline. Guess where I'm from? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the story is going into that they give people some impression that I don't like pu'er tea. I don't know how they associate that. Like, equation. Oolong, oolong. Shiuwen doesn't like pu'er tea. Tea, tea, tea. Shiuwen doesn't like coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or they don't know if I like coffee or not. If like people bring a cup of coffee into the shop.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
And then they'll just like apologize right away. And I was like, why?
I'm like, I want to have a sip of that. Open that cup up, buddy. It's called a false dichotomy. You have to have just one.
Oh.
False dichotomy.
Oh, okay. I really like pu'er tea. Okay, here you go. Everybody know my secret now.
Like Shiuwen just said, you should buy lots of oolong. And if you want to buy a little bit of pu'er, that's a okay choice to make, as long as you have enough oolong at home. And you drink oolong 5 times a day.
I think Glenn and Lamu are coming here to kick your butt. By the way, if you don't know who they are, they own a Crimson Lotus tea. Big shout out, Glenn and Lamu. Maybe they don't need to do the work themselves anymore. They will send the kid.
They'll send the babies to come beat me up. The tea babies?
Yeah, the tea baby. And the daughter is the tea boss or baby boss.
She's the baby boss.
Something like that. I totally can see that she can kick your butt.
Yeah, she's a tough kid.
Don't mess around with people. As I say, that's one of the biggest lessons I have to learn in life. 祸从口出.
Disaster springs forth from the mouth.
Maybe we should do a session on this tea.
You mean like a live session?
Yeah. When it's colder time. And then if because they taste it and then they know how good it is, they really want it, then we can share.
Oh, there you go.
How about that?
Yeah. That means we could probably buy more.
Exactly.
Hey. Dang, it is good though.
Yeah, I know. Very, very rich in a soft way.
Forget what I said about oolong being better than pu'er. There's at least room in a day for 5 pots of tea. So one of them has to be dongding.
Wow.
Maybe up to 3 of them can be dongding. Actually, up to 5 of them can be dongding if you want. But if you want to make room in there for cooked pu'er, then that's up to you. That's a pretty good idea.
How about some pu'er? Some pu'er is really
good.
Yeah,
there can be one of those in there too. You might have to up the number of pots to 7 though. 2 sheng pu'ers, a shou pu'er, 3 dongdings, maybe a 4th dongding. Maybe a hong shui oolong would be good.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, you gotta close with the hong shui oolong, right?
Well, if you close with a hong shui oolong, then you have to close with another dongding. But yeah,
that's not true. I like to close my day with a hong shui oolong.
You could do your 7th pot as a hong shui oolong if you want, and then your 8th pot is dongding.
No, I just joined the Dongding Tea Association. That's why he's heavily promoting Dongding tea.
Well, go ahead, drink a couple pots of pu'er during the day if you want. That's great. Just make room for dongding. That's all I say.
Yeah, but take away the joke though. We really love Dongding tea. Actually, in our shop, and then there's like boxes of tea in a ocean style of shipping. Don't know when the tea is coming in. They are all Dongding teas. Yeah, and then on our shelf right now we have many bags of Dongding tea that not necessarily oolong. Some are actually handmade black tea. We are waiting for our project to be launched, which is to build a charcoal roast room.
Yeah.
And after that, we are gonna roast up all these wonderful Dongding oolong tea, Dongding black teas from Dongding Mountain.
Yep.
And we'll share with you for sure. So we might need to mention it one more time. If you
drink dongding, drink it at least 3 times a day. No. I mean, is that what you wanted to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you know any trailer for sale.
Oh, yeah.
What's the dimension, Noah?
I'm looking for one that's 5 feet wide and 6 feet tall, which is kind of a strange dimension. But yeah, if you know of one, if you know someone that has one that they want to sell, if you know someone that has one that's just like on the fence about selling it, you can talk to them too. 5 feet wide and 6 feet tall, so that I can pull it behind our little car.
And if you are in Seattle area and you have a driveway that you don't use too often, and you want to let us park our trailer there when we are roasting tea. And if you really like dongting tea, we'll give you some of the charcoal roasted dongting tea that come out of your driveway. How about that?
Okay, so I have no idea
where we left
where
our
we're at.
story. It might be 2 parts of a tea tasting experience at this moment.
What do we drink? Like 3 cups of that tea?
3 parts, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's still got plenty left. We were pleasantly visited by a guy looking for coffee from Taiwan, sent to us by Andy from Ecocha. Shout out Andy. And I actually knew about this guy before because he worked with my professor that I did anthropology research in Sichuan, and I heard about his story. It's crazy. So we talked to him for a long time anyway.
Yeah.
But just a weird small world kind of connection. He's really into Taiwanese Paiwan tribal art and carvings.
Yeah, and he found some here in Seattle. So I was like, what? Is there a Paiwan tribe here at like Puget Sound area?
Yeah.
He said, no. The Ivar's boss, the original boss,
the guy who
owner,
owned Ivers.
Oh, Ivers.
Imported a bunch of Taiwanese art, and one of the things that he imported was these
Taiwan
boats.
tribe carving of boats.
Yeah.
So I think
Canoes.
he got hold of one boat from the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's such a small world. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so he showed us.
But it's crazy. I knew the whole story from when I was
know.
doing research with my professor like
That's
5 years ago.
Crazy. Yeah. So anyway, we talked to him for about an hour.
Yeah. Which is great.
He showed us photos and his experiences of him being there with the tribes and
But he wanted to pick up some Dongding coffee.
And I told him it's not tribal coffee though. He said, that's fine.
So crazy. Good day.
So now we slowly come back to the tea.
Cool. That sounds good.
Life is so interesting. Wow. The throat feeling of this tea is, this kupua is incredible. I don't even know how to describe it. And just the way it moves in the body, like moves at the throat, the shoulder, move into the arm. Wow, so nice. I think I can see where you think this tea is refreshing at the same time. Because you got a menthol feeling after you swallow the tea. Nice. Let's do one more infusion and then call the episode a good.
It's like coming in out of the cold.
Oh.
But the cold is the difficulties and the anxieties of life. You just drink the tea.
It's all melting.
And yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that.
It's a very comforting tea.
I think good tea give me like different responses when I drink a tea. And this tea is it is comforting. Therefore, I want to do, which I normally forget to do this,
Breathe deeply.
Yeah. I saw Steve Papa.
Oh, Papa Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, he walked by?
Yeah. He must be like, dang, they're still recording the episode?
Hell, it's going to be like Steveception. Inception with Steve.
He cannot come in and do an episode with us.
Steve inside of... Because, hey, Steve's going to be listening to the podcast tomorrow morning, and then we just saw Steve.
Oh,
Crazy.
Inception.
Yeah, Steveception.
Oh.
Steve, you just got Steve-cepted. don't tell him when he comes in.
Oh, okay.
You'll figure about it. You'll
just-
figure out about it right
just
now. Whoa.
You high now? This tea is wonderful. It's wonderful. Also, since it's so comforting, and I want to do this all the time, it actually brings out a different feeling of joy. Because some teas are very joyful. Like I remember Pam described one of our
Was it furry crab?
furry crab teas, and she said it's like happy Buddha, and she want to stand up and jump around after she drinks that furry crab. You know, it's a like high energy, joyful tea, right? And some teas, you know, you see a beautiful sunset or something like that, and it's like a type of also joy. You know, when I take a walk, is when I see like a beautiful sunset, it's like, wow, that's nice. Life is good. You know, it's a that different style of joy seems to have a different vibration. Yeah, and this one is like, it's joy. Almost feels like Tina Han is here now. Would be nice to drink tea with him.
Oh my gosh.
But also one of the big takeaway messages today is before you drink, you are doing a tea session, please do not cut garlic. Every cup of your tea will smell like garlicky. But if you don't care, that's also fine with the garlic part. Like Mrs. Su up on Dongdi Mountain. I remember one time she was like roasting tea, and I was like following her and asking questions. And then she put her hand in a tea, flip it around, and then made me smell. She made me smell her hands, and I was like, that's garlicky. So also cut this part. It's totally absurd. I don't think this tea is done yet. Oh, I can't wait to share this tea with some of you guys. Either you come in person and request to taste this tea when we do private tea tastings, or I am really thinking in maybe autumn or winter time, let's do a live session on these teas, and then only those people who join to do the live sessions who have a chance to taste this tea. If they want to buy it, then they buy it. Because to be honest with you guys, I really hate to sell samples. Sometimes it doesn't justify for a tea. But this kind of teas, I think it's when people taste it, you decide if you really like this. I don't need to convince anybody. And let's put it that way then. Cool. This tea is really wonderful feeling. And it give me not just a wonderful comforting feeling, also give me the energy that I need. As I mentioned earlier, I was feeling pretty weak lately.
Nourishment.
Now I'm energized and I'm ready to tackle the rest of my day here at Floating with Tea. Feels good.
Sounds good. Oh, cool. Do you want to make any final announcements before we end the show?
Not really. Well, thank you, people. We just finished our anniversary sale. It went really well. And just so happy to be here with all of you for 16 years. And I am looking forward to another 16 years with all of you. Yeah, feels good. Dang, this tea is good. It also gives me a very nice feeling that I'm happy now. What else? There will be a live session coming up on August 24th. And there will be a live session on a good Jinxuan versus an excellent Jinxuan. I think I'm either going to use a guy one or a teapot. I'm going to brew the tea one at a time.
Yeah, that's a better...
Yeah, rather than using... I might still use balls, but last time in a Baozhong tea session, I actually went ahead and do the balls without telling people. So I apologize for that. for this one, if you are listening, and I think we're gonna announce that to be a little bit more clear, like what is the style that we're gonna do during the live session, and so you don't feel like I don't know what to do that day.
Yeah,
Since some people like to do the more of a is that style of tea brewing with us at the live session.
Yeah, so we'll do Gaiwan.
Okay, the little boss just said Gaiwan. So we
Little boss.
so the middle boss then.
Middle boss.
My son is the little boss.
He's the littlest boss.
Okay, happy tea drinking, everybody. And so good to be here with every one of you. Stay safe, drink good tea. A lot of times, good tea makes a person really happy. Happy tea drinking.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you on Monday.